are back in Edmonton, Alberta, getting set for the Rangers and Edmonton Oilers. Oilers beat the Rangers in New York earlier this season 2-1. Closed captioning, as always, is presented by the New York Lottery. Hey, you never know. Had a little pregame ceremony on the ice. Let's check out our Audi goaltending matchup. Cam Talbot, you see his numbers, 11-6 record this season, rookie goaltender, 1.76 goals against average, 937 save percentage. He's had a terrific rookie season.
No, he sure has, Sam. I mean, remember, he's played 19 games, so this is not a one or two hit wonder. This is someone who's been consistent from day one when he had the opportunity to play.
And across the way is a man who started at Cornell University for 4 years. He grew up just 20 minutes away from here, but then went to Cornell, started there, started his NHL career with Toronto, was traded to LA and acquired by the Edmonton Oilers from the LA Kings.
No, he's been great. It was a wonderful trade. He acquired for a third-round draft pick. He's coming off a 4-3 overtime win against the Anaheim Ducks, in which Anaheim had a measly 51 shots on goal, and he made 48 saves. He was absolutely brilliant. As I mentioned, earlier in the season, had what was it, 57 or 59?
59 against San Jose.
Shutout against the San Jose Sharks. So that's what he's done for them.
Dallas Eakins, a one-time New York Ranger, in his first season as a head coach in the National Hockey League, and we're underway. Rangers open up with Stepan, Nash, Carcillo, McDonough, and Girardi. And Girardi moves it quickly to Stepan, and that's what the Rangers want. Quick, out of the zone. Stepan makes a nice move. Played it off the side of the net. Girardi's in deep. Back to Stepan. He's checked there by David Perron, number 57. Stepan swings it around the boards. Down comes Girardi to play it. Kept moving by Justin Schultz, who was a teammate of Derek Stepan at the University of Wisconsin for a year. That's played off the goaltender by Carcillo, and the Oilers able to lift it out. Anton Lander, Swedish-born forward, second-round draft pick a couple of years ago. Plays it back to David Perron. Perron checked there by Girardi. Along the boards, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, number 93. And that's fired into the corner, played by Girardi. Pass, a little behind Brad Richards. Martin Marincin, Slovakian-born defenseman.
He's a good-looking young player, Sam. He's 6'5", weighs about 180 pounds.
Yeah.
Actually, he's 192 now. They're trying to get him to gain some weight because he can't. But he played in the Olympics for Slovakia, and he's a heady young player. Again, with good size and a good stick. And you know what they're doing? Dallas Eakins, now that they've been out of the playoffs for a while, they're looking at all these young kids. Not just looking at them, but this kid is averaging over 18 and a half minutes a game. So they're going to try and find out of these young kids that they've had who can play. And that includes Klefbom on defense, who scored his first NHL goal last year.
Oscar Klefbom from Sweden, a former first-round draft pick of theirs. He's number 84. Taylor Hall, with that simple number 4, drops it off. Worked back by Jordan Everly. Rangers have Zuccarello, Brassard, and Pouliot with Stahl and Strawman. A lead for Everly, moves in on Stahl, plays it toward the front, but all the way through. Mark Fraser steps up. Fraser inserted into the lineup because of injuries to Andrew Ferentz on defense. Ferentz had the game-winning goal the other night against Anaheim, and he's out with an injury for the next several days.
And he's been hurt. They said he was hurt for 3 weeks, but wouldn't come out of the lineup.
Rangers bring on Diaz and Klein on defense. John Moore getting a lot better, has practiced the last few days and has had no ill effect. Dorsett with a good hit along the boards on Boyd Gordon. Klein moves it up ahead. Rangers fourth line on. Dorsett takes a hard hit from Jeff Petrie. Dominic Moore centers, and it's intercepted and fired around the board. Stopped by Kevin Klein. Klein drives it toward the net. Went off the defenseman Marincin. That went off the goaltender as Brian Boyle swept it in front. Outlet pass to Matt Hendricks, and Hendricks puts it in the Ranger zone. Rafael Diaz, after him, Luke Gosek, number 20. This is Edmonton's fourth line on the ice. Moving in, Rick Dash. Double 14. Stepan feeds Carcillo. Carried it deep. It deflects toward the goaltender, and Red Scrivens gloves it and holds it.
Now the Rangers have had a couple of rushes where they're just barely off as far as getting a real good scoring chance, and including the one by Danny Carcillo. Alain Vigneault, the head coach, talked about tightening up a little bit in their own zone, and Danny Carcillo gets an opportunity. Boy, what a chance for him.
As the coach opted to go with experience of Carcillo as opposed to keeping J.T. Miller in the lineup.
Well, J.T. Miller gets scoring chances, but they're still concerned about, he's still a kid that's trying to learn the defensive side, and so they feel that they can score enough. They don't need his offense in, but they want to make sure they don't lose games from defense, defensive mistakes. Right. And so they're erring, I think, more towards what you talk about, the experienced players than the young ones.
Pass by Buckbaum was deflected in the Rangers zone. Stahl backhands it to Strawman. Up ahead to Stepan. Marty St. Louis is on. Rangers changing lines. On comes Richards and Hagelin to join St. Louis. Talbot leaves it there for Girardi. Girardi with McDonough. Long pass for St. Louis. Goes by him. Scrivens winds it around to Petrie. Pushes it ahead to Nugent-Hopkins. Now Taylor Hall. Good play by Girardi at the line. Here come the Rangers. St. Louis pass deflected. Played by Marincin to Petrie.
Neither team has been credited with a shot. They played about 4.5 minutes.
Taylor Hall lost it. Brad Richards, quick turn, 3-on-2 across. Here's St. Louis. A good shot that's knocked away by Scrivens. Here's the first shot on goal. A steal by St. Louis. Centers in front for Richards off his stick. Marty St. Louis and Brad Richards. Richards around to Hagelin. Checked there by Petrie, who shoves him down and takes the puck. Jordan Everly lifting it ahead. Blocked. Good keep in by McDonough. Mark Fraser broke his stick on the play trying to move the puck. Rangers take it away. Richards out to McDonough. Couldn't keep it in the zone. Zuccarello just off the bench. Rangers complete a change. Zuccarello moves in. Checked there by Boyd Gordon. Scrivens has to go off his stick. Anton Beloff gives it back to Pouliot. Zuccarello for Brassard. Couldn't get a shot off. Goes to Kevin Klein. Down the boards. Beloff, number 77, Russian-born defenseman, drops it back for Jeff Petrie. Goes all the way down and will be an icing on the Oilers. 5:24 gone by here in the first period. Still only one shot on goal on the scoreboard.
Well, they're going to have to keep that group of Edmonton Oilers on the ice. There's the shot, and that was Marty St. Louis, who did a nice job of taking the puck off his skate, and then a good play here to intercept the outlet pass and get it to Richards. And so now the Rangers with an opportunity. They put 5 fresh players on the ice against this group of Edmonton Oilers. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Sam, and this is a group that they're not sure how to play defense yet. I mean, it's a struggle. They're young. They've had some injuries, and they can go when they've got the puck, but this is where you want to keep the play.
Puck around the boards. Girardi keeps it in. Petrie moves it up the board. Stopped by Stepan. Stepan plays it to Nash. Tried to get it through to Carcillo, but it was tipped out of the zone. Talbot stops it for Dan Girardi. This is the second game of a 4-game road trip for the Rangers. Rangers are tied for the second most road wins in the NHL. St. Louis leads with 24. Good shot by McDonough. Nash for the shot, and Scrivens got a piece of that. Rangers in Anaheim have 23 road wins. Stepan leaves it there. Carcillo for Nash. Nash battling in front. Meanwhile, the Oilers get out with the puck. Philip Larson, normally a defenseman from Denmark, sends it in. He's playing up front as an extra forward with the injuries that the Oilers have had. And they're offside on the play. 6:18 gone by. First period, Rangers and Edmonton Oilers, no score.
John John Giannone back in Edmonton, where this glass thankfully protects me from what Cam Talbot will see all night, and it protected me from a couple of hits earlier on in the first period. Matt Hendricks was in hard on the puck, and he really ran into both Diaz and Stahl on his first 2 shifts of the game. So Edmonton being a little bit physical here. Speaking of physical, we have Dan Carcillo as our first intermission guest. You can send your questions to him on Twitter. Use the hashtag NYR and send your thoughts to Ron Duguay. He is in our studio. He will take you through the intermission. Guys?
Thanks, John. We'll look forward to that between periods. Right now, Rangers bring on Dominic Moore with Derek Dorsett and Brian Boyle. On Stallman with a puck. Now Mark Stahl. For the game, it's going to be an icing. Head coach Alain Vigneault very complimentary about his fourth line, especially the play of Dominic Moore.
Well, Derek Dorsett, back a few years ago, got into a fight with Taylor Hall. It was the only major that Taylor Hall ever got in. And Gazdic, who's a big, tough winger, right from the face-off, he was trying to get Dorsett to go. And then once it dropped, and then keep following it here, and then here's another one right there. And that's the penalty.
Good discipline.
So, real good by Dorsett. Plus, Gazdic, 228 pounds. So just skate away. No need to do something that's crazy.
Gazdic for interference at 6:30. Rangers on a power play. This power play presented by Volkswagen. And the Rangers only 1 power play goal scored over the last 8 games. 2 in the last 11. Bad numbers at 1 for 22, 2 for 31. They spent a lot of time at practice yesterday on the power play. Nash breaks through and a save by Scrivens. Oh, great move by Rick Nash. Fabulous save by Ben Scrivens. Center wing, Nash and Stepan up front. Richards and McDonough at the points. Nash, pass was blocked. That was a pass intended for McDonough, who started to cut in from the left point.
Now, it was McDonough that made the pass to Nash, and then Nash did some marvelous things to get through. And I thought he had Scrivens going to Scrivens' left, and somehow he was able to kick out the right pad and make the save. Beautiful save.
Needed to lift it up just a little bit.
Right.
Zuccarello, Brassard, and Pouliot on now with Girardi and Richards. Fired up the boards, blocked by Zuccarello. Out to Girardi for the shot, blocked in front by Fraser and cleared all the way down. Edmonton's penalty killing can be good, or real bad. They were real good against Anaheim, 4 for 4. Real bad against San Jose, 0 for 3. When the Sharks scored 3 power play goals. Here's Pouliot. Pass gets through. Rafael Diaz on now with Girardi at the point. Pouliot to Girardi. Across to Brassard. Eric Brassard with a drive. Saved by Scrivens. Justin Schultz fires it out. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Talbot leaves it for Zuccarello.
Edmonton does not have a shot on goal yet. The Rangers have been credited with 4 shots. I think it should be a little higher than that. They've had at least a couple here.
Clearing attempt blocked. Stahl with a shot off the glove of Ben Scrivens. Power play is over. Teams are back at full strength. Offside whistle. Rangers had a couple of good looks on that power play.
Well, in particular early, Sam, when McDonough made the pass. There's McDonough. One quick pass to Stepan, then to Nash, and then that move. You see, he had Scrivens going to his left, and Scrivens had to put on the brakes. Watch him put on the brakes with the left leg. Oh, better get back. Oh, what a save. You're right, though, because it just lifted right there. It's in the net.
Yeah. Moore, Dorsett, and Boyle back on.
Here I am giving advice to a guy that scored 20 goals this season for how many years now? 12 or, or something like that.
It just keeps on going. You're right.
I can really help you, Rick.
Well, the game's easy from up here, Joe. You know that.
Just lift it, that's all.
Dorsett goes back to play it. Pressured there by Puffbaum.
In fact, that was you that told him to lift it, not me. I was just agreeing with you.
Strallman leading the rush. Dominic Moore back to Strallman, who tipped it wide. Nice rush up the ice. Moore. Boyle gets it back to Stahl for a shot off the back of the net. And back by Dorsett to Moore. Kevin Klein just on. Takes the pass. Gets it through. Stahl turns. Saves Scrivens. And the rebound into the corner. Just 4 North line doing a good job once again.
They've been the most consistent line for the Rangers the last number of games.
Sam Gagner, number 89, with a shot. The rebound goes wide by Eberle. There was a lot of net, but he missed it. Gagner getting the shot on goal. Is Edmonton now with 2 shots on goal? Officially.
Wow, what a chance that was. Eberle doesn't normally miss open nets like that.
Nugent Hopkins against St. Louis. No score in the game, just past the midway point, first period. Mark Fraser fires high off the glass. McDonough goes for it. He'll push it ahead to Hagelin, who clears it out. Fraser sends it back in. McDonough ran into the referee, Eric Perlat. Rangers have it. Richards moves in with St. Louis. That's a pass blocked by Fraser and played by Anton Lander. Lander moves it across. Fraser spinning away from Brad Richards. McDonough, who almost had Richards for a breakaway, pass a little behind him. Fraser, long pass, tipped ahead by Boyd Gordon. Gordon and Klein go for it. Diaz moves it up ahead. Pouliot for Zuccarello. Zuccarello hasn't scored a goal since January 26th.
Sam, I think he's been playing hurt. Remember, he broke his hand over at the Olympics in Sochi. I just don't think he's 100% recovered from that.
Klein leads Zuccarello. Try to get it back to Kevin Klein. That was stopped by Justin Schultz. There's Sam Gagner moving in. David Perron tried to get it through to Taylor Hall, and was blocked. Hall tries to get out in front. Zuccarello got a piece of it. Stahl able to carry out.
Well, what a play by Stahl defensively. The Rangers have given up a couple odd man rushes.
Give away to Stepan. He missed the net. Scrivens gave the puck away, and Stepan had an open net, but he missed. Back comes Carcillo with Stepan. Stepan goes deep for Carcillo. Went through. Carcillo tries to get it to Nash. Nash winds up. Big drive. Goes wide. Around the boards and out. Just under 8 minutes to go in a fast-paced first period. These two teams like the fast game.
And the Rangers, they like playing a fast game, but against Edmonton, you better make sure that you don't give up the odd man rushes.
Fraser toward the net. That deflected off the glass. Eberle. Anton Lander gets it to Nugent Hopkins. Here's Eberle. Stepping out. Taken away by Nash. Gets it out of the zone.
Nice play. Real good play by Rick Nash. Coming back, cheating back down low to make sure that he had Nugent Hopkins covered.
Pass tipped. It gets out to center. Hendricks sending it in. Talbot gloves it and holds it. 7:14 to go in the first period. Derek Stepan had a chance. Missed. No score.
Scoring chances at both ends. We always hear coaches say, just take the shot, even if it's from a bad angle. You'll see why, as Edmonton is able to get the puck to the boards. This is Gagner. Bad angle, right? Oh, but look at the rebound, and then there's Eberle. All that net. And Eberle just misses on the short side. Meanwhile, down the other end, Mark Stahl just made a very good defensive play. Now forces Scrivens into turning the puck over, and just over the net was the shot by Derek Stepan.
Right now, the shot totals on the boards: 5 for the Rangers, 2 during their power play, and 2 for the Edmonton Oilers. Give away to Strowman for a drive that deflects just wide of the post. He's tipped up high. Out of the zone, Stahl trying to recover. Oilers take over. Taylor Hall's got it. Gives it up to Stahl. Eberle tried to get it back. Did to Nugent Hopkins. His pass blocked by Richards and gloved by Talbot. 6:41 to go here in the first. Experience MSG Game Flow during every Rangers game. Follow along on MSG.com with live play-by-play and up-to-the-minute stats. You'll also have access to in-depth player cards, live tweets from the MSG On-Air team, and extensive pre- and post-game video and analysis, all on MSG Game Flow. Face-off win by Dominic Moore. Dorsett puts it in the Oilers zone. Fraser back for it. Moore after him. Dorset on him right away. Boyle is there. Moore works it loose to McDonough. Back to Dominic Moore. Toward the net. Deflected across. And brought out by Anton Lander. Lander puts it in the Ranger zone. And Girardi able to play it. McDonough holding. Beginning in the last week of January, the Edmonton Oilers got their game together. They went 10-4-1.
Now the players, talking to some of their players this morning, they were just saying, we start doing things right, concentrating a little bit more defensively, and then they had a game where they lost to Buffalo at home, and then all things went south for a while.
All with a pass that was tipped. Rangers head the other way. Brassard.
And then they lost to Calgary, their heated rival from the southern part of the province, 8-1 right here on this ice.
Saturday night. It was, wow. And then they bounced back with a couple of strong efforts.
Now they've got some injuries. A little beat up. You mentioned Andrew Ferentz out of line. It's a key player, their captain on defense.
Shot from the point by Petrie deflects into the corner. Rangers have had good coverage in the defensive zone. Nash stopped by Everly. Keeps it in for Edmonton. Ryan Smith. Out to Marincin. And across to Petrie. Now Nugent Hopkins shot deflected up into the netting and play stopped. 4:46 to go in the first period. No score.
That line right there was just put together for this game. Dan Carcillo, who was a healthy scratch last game, gets put up on the top line on the left side. They've been pretty good. They've been generating some chances. This is Nash, who's had the puck quite a bit. That little pass just missed, goes off the skate. And then later on, Nash, that one, Scrivens with the save. How about this on the power play? Nash gets through. Oh, great move, and Scrivens with another wonderful save. That one with the right pass. So that line has been effective here in the first period, but they need to finish off one of those plays.
Carcillo had been scratched 3 straight games and 4 of the last 5. Getting a chance tonight. Everly had it knocked away. Good play by St. Louis.
Real good play. St. Louis took one swipe at it from behind and missed. Stayed with it. Took another swipe, and that time prevented Everly from getting a shot.
Girardi's pass off the stick of Hagelin. Gloved by Scrivens. And he holds it with 4:29 to go here in the first period. Tuesday night on MSG, it's the Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks. Boy, does that have some storylines. Live coverage gets underway with Visa Rangers game night at 9:30. Rangers and Canucks, 10 p.m. Tuesday night on MSG. We'll see John Tortorella, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. A return for Alain Vigneault to the city where he coached 7 years.
He had some great years.
Yes,
boy, we one game away from winning a Stanley Cup in Vancouver. That's how close they came.
Beaten by the Boston Bruins in Game 7. St. Louis sends it across for Hagelin. Fraser reverses. Brought out by Perron. And sent in by Nugent Hopkins. Back towards Girardi. Perron on him. St. Louis. Good effort by Brassard to take the puck away. He shoots and it's blocked by Fraser. Pouliot got tangled up with Scrivens in the crease.
There was he got tangled up just prior to that with Belov, the Oiler defenseman.
There's Pouliot back in. Nice move. Pouliot turning. Stroman with a shot. He scores! Pouliot with a great play. Got it to Stroman. Rangers score. And with 3.5 minutes to go in the first, it's 1-0 Rangers.
The one thing that's been obvious in this first period is the Rangers defense have been open. And Pouliot does a nice job with the puck. A really good play by Pouliot. He makes this play. There's the steal in the neutral zone. Now here he comes. Nice move there. Turn back the other way. Buy a little bit of time, and then that one looked like it was deflected on the way in.
Is it a Zuccarello goal? Oh yeah.
Zuccarello got it.
Wow.
Well, the shot came in, and Zuccarello gets it. Again, the stick has to be below the crossbar. It was, even though they're double checking with all the main men in Toronto to make sure, but that one looked to me like
Yes, I believe his stick was down,
yeah,
so
I
the
do
puck
too.
went up.
Here it is again. Look at his stick. Yeah, to me, that was well below the crossbar, and the puck went up and still hit the crossbar and went in. So I think, doesn't physics tell you if you sticks at a certain level, the puck hits it and goes up, and then hits the crossbar and goes in, right?
It is a good goal. Verified by the people in Toronto, and your physics lesson. Thank you, Joe.
Remember Ron Caron used to talk about physics all the time in his illustrious career.
You see the number. First goal in the last 18 games for Matt Zuccarello. Last time he scored a goal was January 26th outdoors. We thought we might have to break the roof in Madison Square Garden to get him going. But no.
He's done a lot of other things well. Again, I think that hand continues to, he wants to play. He doesn't, he knows it's not 100%. So you can just hope that over time that it continues to heal. And because he still finds ways to get points because of his passing, but shooting the puck has been difficult.
Pouliot made a terrific play, I thought, on the goal.
For sure he did.
Strowman and Pouliot get the assist at 16:30. Rangers have the lead. Zuccarello getting his 17th of the season.
Again, the Rangers, they force the turnover. Strowman pinches up, puck comes out, and then here comes Pouliot. Reaches, so the missed pass, that little move around Perron. Now he buys a little time with the spin, and then the shot, and there was Zuccarello. So the Rangers' defense in particular, they've been open in this game because the Edmonton Oilers are trying to send all 5 players back around the front of the net, so the point men are open.
Rangers score first. They've had an outstanding record this season when getting the first goal. Stepan for Nash. Missed by Carcillo, and the Oilers keep in. Stepan has it back. Good time to be a Badger these days, Joe. The Badgers in the Final Four in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, they're a basketball power, Sam. That's what they are.
Taylor Hall had it knocked away by Mark Stahl. Nathan Hopkins for Everly. Stahl on him. Good job by Stahl to knock it away. Loose puck picked up by St. Louis with Richards. Knocked away. Nice poke check at the line by Marincin for Edmonton.
That's the stick I was talking about. He's got that, again, he's 6'5", but that was a 3-on-2, an odd man rush for the Rangers, and Marincin stayed up and used his stick to poke the puck off the stick of Richards.
There's Marincin with St. Louis trying to take it away. He ties him up. Good job by St. Louis. Hagelin got it around to Richards. Here's McDonough. Richards comes off the boards, across for Hagelin. Shot deflected away. That all started with a good job by Marty St. Louis tying up the defenseman Marincin. Rangers keep it in. Here's Richards. St. Louis save made by Scrivens. And the puck's still loose. No whistle. Shot by Richards went wide. Now a pile up in the crease and the whistle blows.
Why did he blow the whistle there? And the puck was behind the net. Unless he thought that there was some chance for injury or something. But the play was still alive.
Yeah.
It was well alive. The shot was taken by St. Louis, and St. Louis was the only one at one point that knew where the puck was. Here's the turnover of the good work. St. Louis, a little give and go here. Here it is. Now the shot goes through Scrivens, and then there's St. Louis. Oh, he just can't get his stick to the loose puck. He can't get his stick there. Now the play's still going, and there you see the referee behind the net. Blows the whistle. The puck goes right past him. Here it is again. St. Louis just misses. The shot, here comes the puck. That one goes behind the net.
Maybe he lost sight of it, Joe.
The puck almost hit him.
So the whistle stopped play. Referee Justin St. Pierre on the call. Rangers with a 1-0 lead. Diaz has the puck and the shot wide. I like St. Louis with Richards and Hagelin thus far tonight, Joe. That line creating some things. Zuccarello taken down by Beloff with no call on the play. Beloff had the stick between the legs of St. Louis. Hendricks tried to dump it in. It was blocked by Diaz. Zuccarello tied up. They will push it ahead. Fraser plays it across to Beloff. Under a minute to go in the first period. Rangers with a 1-0 lead.
Rangers have gotten better, I think, Sam, as this period has progressed.
Well, they have haven't given up much, that's for sure.
No, defensively, and of course the coach had a little something to say after that last game about that.
Moore takes it deep to the net. It was knocked away. Dorsett. Here's a shot by McDonough. Missed the shot. Dorsett fires. It's blocked. Buckbaum is able to move it to Schultz. Hall has the puck. Boyle ties him up. Good forecheck work. Again by this fourth line. Moore who shoots and it's blocked. Shot by Dorsett. A save. And it's put in, but waved off. Dominic Moore got to a rebound, and I don't know if they're saying that Boyle interfered with a goaltender.
I don't get this one.
I think the ruling was contact with a goaltender by Brian Boyle.
I think the goaltender went down. He's already down on the ice. He made the save.
I believe that was the call,
yes,
Joe.
I believe you're right, Sam. So he got pushed in but the goaltender was already down to make the save, and Boyle fell on top of him. I don't think he was in a position to make another save anyway. You know what I mean? And he got pushed on top of him.
There's no penalty on the play, but they wave off what would have been a Rangers goal.
I don't get it.
17 and a half seconds remaining in the first period. Ryan Smith reverses. Fraser goes for it. Nash pressures him. Out to center where Girardi has it back. Final seconds of the period. Good first period for the Rangers. Held the Oilers to just 3 shots on goal, skated well, scored one, probably could have had 2 or 3.
Yeah, I thought the Rangers, their concentration on defense and not giving these Oilers, some of these really speedy and crafty Oiler forwards, much time to make plays. Edmonton had a couple chances, not many though, and then the Rangers, I thought as the period continued to progress, their forecheck got better, their pressure in the offensive zone got better, and they forced Scrivens to really make some key saves.
Coming up, it's the Delta Intermission Report. John Giannone rejoins us, his special guest outside the Rangers locker room, Dan Carcillo. Bill Peto's back at the studio in New York. He's got the Audi MSG 150, and then Ron Duguay in the Visa MSG studios with highlights and analysis of that first period. It's all coming up on the Delta Intermission Report. In Edmonton oil country, Rangers had some good chances, and they finally broke through on the goal by Matt Zuccarello. We are back in Edmonton, where there are Ranger fans around the building and Wayne Gretzky fans as well. New York Rangers hockey is presented by Chase. Sam Rosen, Joe Bicoletti, John Giannone with you. And Joe, it's 1-0. Rangers could have had a couple of more.
Well, I thought they did a good job of getting to the net, getting shots there, going after loose pucks. This is one that I'm still not sure why it was blown down at this point. You see the puck, even the referee sees the puck out, he gets out of the way. But he blew the whistle. There were players in the crease. Maybe he just thought for the sake of safety. I'm not sure, but I thought the play should have gone on. But the fact is the Rangers, they're trying to get to the net. They're trying to get loose pucks. This is one that was not called. You see Scrivens was already down on the ice, and then Boyle gets pushed on top of him. There it is again. Boyle gets pushed down, and then there's Dominic Moore comes in to put the puck in the net. But again, Justin St. Pierre felt that the goaltender didn't have a chance to make that second save, so he waved it off, and here we go for period number 2.
Stepan, Nash, and Carcillo with McDonough and Girardi for the Rangers. Sam Gagner, Anton Lander, and David Perron for Edmonton. Knocked down with a high stick by Ben Scrivens and whistled down for face-off deep in the Edmonton zone.
That's the one thing that Edmonton did well in the first period. They won 10 of 16 face-offs in period number 1. 63% of the draws.
Edmonton minus 32 goal differential in second periods this season. They've scored 52. They've given up 84.
Now you can even tell in that first period they have trouble in their zone. And of course it's the long change in the second period, so they get pinned in, and that gives them issues. Lander went down. Rangers have McDonough and
Girardi on defense. This is Lander toward the net. Glove side of the net by Cam Talbot, and he holds it. 32 seconds into the second period. For official New York Rangers autograph and game used memorabilia, visit msg.steinersports.com/NY-Rangers. Good stuff there. Cam Talbot not been busy at all thus far in the game. That's played toward the net by Petrie. Talbot got a stick on it. Stahl poked it away from Taylor Hall. Richards battling Nugent Hopkins. Stallman off the glass. Nugent Hopkins took it away from Hagelin. That touch pass for Everly broken up by Hagelin. Rangers break out. Richards, Hagelin down the middle. A pass for St. Louis was broken up by Taylor Hall. And here's Hall with good speed. And a nice job by Strawman to catch up.
Well, he knew that he was in trouble, Strawman, and he just turned from going backwards to forwards and went right to a certain spot, met Hall, and made a good defensive play.
Lead to Tyler Pitlick, who's playing injured in this game. He was hurt the other night and was questionable to play in this game.
He didn't even practice. He went out on his own this morning before the team practiced and then did not participate in the skate with the rest of his teammates.
Pouliot under pressure. Edmonton's done a good job on the forecheck early in the second period against the Rangers. Rangers having trouble getting the puck out of the zone and down the ice. Boyd Gordon sends it into the Ranger zone. Matt Hendricks gets to it. Strawman checks him, and Zuccarello takes the puck. Off the glass and out. Fraser knocked it down. And Kondelov with a pass tipped into the Ranger zone. Talbot out to stop it. He handles the puck well. Zuccarello lifts it out. Rangers take it away, but they're offside on the play. 2:12 gone by here in the second period.
Now Taylor Hall is their leading scorer and has tremendous speed, and that's when Strawman realizes, oh boy, if I keep going backwards, he's going to fly right around me. So he made that decision to turn, try to catch up, and get to a certain spot so that as soon as Hall tried to cut in, he was there with the stick and made a real good defensive play. Taylor Hall is an excellent young player.
One of their young, hopeful future stars, Nail Yakupov, is out, missing his 5th consecutive game. He's hit with a shot in the ankle. The ankle is blown up again. He thought he was getting better. Dorsett centers, hit Scrivens with it.
Scrivens again was caught out of the net. He had to hurry back in. Penalty coming up against Edmonton for high stick. Dominic Moore.
Ryan Smith got his stick up on Dominic Moore, and he goes after Dominic Moore.
Smith is probably saying that. He's probably saying, I didn't even touch you. That's the kind of reaction it looked like out of Ryan Smith.
Dominic Moore heads to the bench, and Ryan Smith goes to the penalty box. The Rangers get their second power play of the game.
Here it is again. Let's see. There's Moore, 28. Looks like the stick caught him in the either in the helmet or underneath. Ryan Smith didn't think so, but I think if he sees that replay, he'll realize it was a minor penalty.
Rick Nash with the puck. Rangers power play is presented by Volkswagen. Marty St. Louis. Now McDonough to Richards. Steps up and shoots, deflects wide. St. Louis, Stepan, and Nash up front. Richards and McDonough play the points. McDonough to Richards. To McDonough for the shot. Saves Scrivens. Rebound. Saves Scrivens as he moved across and got the shot by Marty St. Louis with his left arm.
Marty St. Louis got to be figuring, what is going on here? There is something happening in the air, and it's not good. I mean, this was, as soon as I saw the puck getting to him, Sam, I said, there's his goal. There it is, and here's why. Watch it come over to him. There it is, right? Nope. Scrivens gets over and makes an excellent save.
Oh, man.
Up high, and then it just goes off. Did he hit his helmet?
Maybe the
right
helmet. Yeah, I thought originally it got the arm, but that got the mask. St. Louis. Takeaway by Lander. The good knockdown and keep in by Brad Richards, and it's taken back by Ryan Nugent Hopkins. It's in against McDonough. Good job by Nugent Nugent Hopkins, and the Rangers take it back. A little over a minute to go in the power play for early second period. Rangers a 1-0 lead. Pass through to Nash. Nice move. Nash, another one, and then he's knocked down by Fraser.
Good play by Fraser.
McDonough. St. Louis to McDonough. Stopped it with the skates. Moves it to Brad Richards. Down low, Nash fired it hard behind St. Louis. St. Louis again. Nash sets up in front. Here's Richards moving toward the net. Shot deflected out of play by Justin Schultz.
Now Richards is trying so hard to get Marty St. Louis a goal that he gets it over there and he's just looking. He's trying to find him. He moves his eyes. He tries to fake with his eyes so that maybe that opens up a lane for Marty St. Louis. And Marty St. Louis was just pointing to his face mask because he was just asked by Henrik Lundqvist, how did he make the save? And St. Louis said right there in the head. Hit him in the face mask.
4:03 gone by in the second period. 37 seconds to go in the power play. Brassard, Pouliot, and Zuccarello on with Diaz and Girardi. Rangers control. Girardi shoots, saves. Scrivens with a glove.
You get goaltending like that, you know, that's what makes these games difficult. And the Rangers attempted 27 shots in the first period to just 7 for Edmonton, and it was only 1-0. Now, right off the face-off, Rangers win it. 2 quick passes, the shot, and then Ben Scrivens. He has really been solid. Not just here, but all season. He was really good in L.A. too when they had some injuries there.
Brassard.
And they did. He would have been an unrestricted free agent. They did sign him to a 2-year extension.
Yeah, Petrie with it off the face-off win by Boyd Gordon. The puck cleared all the way down. Talbot leaves it toward Girardi. Now Rafael Diaz back to Girardi. Up the middle of Zuccarello. Moves in. Looks to make a play. Across to Diaz. Brassard. That deflected in. That was a pass cross ice that went in off an Edmonton Oiler, and the Rangers lead it 2-0.
That pass was attempted. At least it was heading towards Zuccarello, who was coming in down the left-hand side, and hit their defenseman, and that fooled Scrivens. Here's the play again. Brassard will get it at this angle. As it comes over, you'll see the deflection right there. And Zuccarello was coming down the other side, and the Rangers, with all these shot attempts, finally get a little bit of a break here on that one, as that deflects right off Marincin and in.
I believe that'll be Brassard's goal.
Yes.
It's a power play goal.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I had to be sure, Joe.
We'll go ahead one more time.
Rafael Diaz gets 1 assist, and Matt Zuccarello gets the other.
Reload. Go for it.
Eric Brassard, it's a power play goal.
There you go.
And this is deflected by Dominic Moore and a save by Scrivens. So the Rangers add to the lead. It's 2-0. 4:38 is the time of the goal. And the Rangers and Brassard smiling. Who knows how you get goals in this league, Joe?
You know what? He's trying to set up Zuccarello for the goal, and they get that fortuitous deflection. And for Scrivens, the way he's been playing, you almost need to. So both goals by the Rangers, both deflections.
Right.
That he didn't have much of a chance on either one.
Rangers with a 2-0 lead. Strawman ahead for Hagelin to Richards.
Now you get the next one, and you take all the spirit out of their team.
Good point. Hagelin moving with the puck. Richards plays it deep. St. Louis battling in front, was tied up with Scrivens. Belov chips it off the glass. McDonough trying to keep it in. He's got it. Gets it to Hagelin. Hagelin to the net off the side of the post. Richards hustles to it. Lander able to work it out. And Nugent Hopkins ahead to Everly. Everly pass across, went by Lander. Lander's got it back. Good hit along the boards by Marty St. Louis. Here's Jordan Everly. Moves out, fires it across, and it comes out of the zone. Jeff Petrie back to get it. Over 6 minutes gone by. Second period, Rangers leading 2-0. Petrie with a drive. Save. Good save on a hard shot by Jeff Petrie. That went off the end boards. Strowman fires around. Out of the zone. Step on. And knocked away by Petrie. Rinchin gets it out. Pitlick was hit. Nash tried to clear it out. Pitlick, number 68, works it ahead. And it's cleared out by Strowman. That was deflected by Stepan, brought in by Carcillo to Nash. Shot by Stepan, a save by Scrivens. Scrivens dives out, tried to stop play, but missed it. Then up the boards and recovered by Diaz. Whistle stops play. Did the puck deflect off the Rangers bench?
It did.
That's what the linesman ruled. 6:50 gone by, second period. Derek Brassard gets a power play goal on a deflection off the Oilers.
Well, the Rangers will actually be shorthanded. They were called for too many men on the ice. There are a lot of players. We got 4 over here, and this man is just trying to get off in one and another one, so that's 6. And so the linesman just felt that right on top of it, when Diaz touched the puck, that the Ranger player was still on the ice, and Alain Vigneault did not like that call at all. Boy, that was close. I mean, he's right there, half on the ice, half out. Discretionary call by the linesman, so the Rangers shorthanded for the first time in this game.
Lonnie Cameron, the linesman who made the call. Power play Edmonton. They've scored 4 power play goals in their last 6 games. Rangers penalty killing, tied for 6th in the NHL. They've given up power play goals in 2 of the last 3 games, but overall they are 32 for 35 penalty killing over the last 14 games.
Edmonton's power play at home is great.
Perron moves it ahead. Taylor Hall in deep through Ryan Smith, back to Hall. That pass across, played by Perron. Out to Sam Gagner, now Justin Schultz. Hall, blocked, and McDonough goes down. He felt the effects of that. Shot by Gagner, saved by Talbot. Hagelin tried to clear it, blocked in, kept in by Justin Schultz. Here's Gagner, faking. That was a pass for Ryan Smith at the side of the net. And the Rangers able to clear. Hagelin and Boyle go off along with McDonough, who's hurting. Girardi's still on.
And Hall got hit with a high stick. I'll tell you what happened. Girardi was hurting, so he went down to try and block a second shot. He got up off balance because he was hurting. His stick was in the air. Hall was skating past the net and got McDonough's stick.
Oh, boy.
And then Hall was screaming at the referee for not calling that.
McDonough on the bench. Hall on the bench. Both hurting. Hall holding his jaw. McDonough's leg feeling the effects of the blocked shot.
You see McDonough. Here's the first block shot. Ooh, that hurts. Now he's just going to try and scramble up. And as play went on, the Rangers were able to finally clear it and allow McDonough to get to the bench.
Good job by Dominic Moore. Got to the puck to clear. Dominic Moore on with Marty St. Louis, Stahl, and Strowman. Carrying the puck to Larson. Dropped it back to Everly. Eugene Hopkins trying to get it to Lander. Rangers take it away, and Dominic Moore clears again. 18 seconds to go in the Edmonton power play. 8.5 minutes, 8:40 gone by here in the second period. Rangers a 2-0 lead. Everly moves in. Save Talbot. Rebound cleared away by Stahl. Stahl's pass taken away. Out of the corner, the pass by Lander blocked out of the penalty box. Carcillo, and the pass off his stick. Hooked away by Scrivens. Team's at full strength. Agent Hopkins pass knocked down by Stepan. That deflects to Nash. Went off him, tried to bank it in. He did. Rick Nash scores. And the Rangers lead 3-0. That started coming right out of the penalty box.
Well, it was a good defensive play by Mark Stahl, blocking the pass in his own zone. Then the Rangers got control. Carcillo at that time was coming out of the penalty box, and once they got it in the zone, they went to work. The one thing about Scrivens is he does not handle the puck well. Now you'll see, well, here comes Stahl coming up. Right. He'll make a defensive play. Well, pardon me, it wasn't Stahl, but it was Strowman. And then coming out of the box was Carcillo, and eventually, what an alert play by Nash. Scrivens was over there, but there was a little room above the pad, and that's where he put the puck up against the leg, and that makes it 3-0. Huge goal for the Rangers.
Coming down toward the midway point of the second period. Hustling for the puck is Boyd Gordon. Save! A beauty by Talbot. Gordon with a big chance. Fraser's shot blocked by Klein, but it came out of the zone. It's offside, Edmonton. 9:25 gone by. Nash gets the goal, his 24th from Stepan. Strowman should get an assist on that too, I believe.
Well, I'm not sure, because once it got down there, there was a turnover.
Right.
Edmonton had a chance to clear it. The Rangers stole it, so that's probably the right call.
Nash from Stepan at 9:07. Rick Nash, 4th goal in the last 7 games. And the Rangers have a big 3-0 lead.
Or Nash has been visible in this game, hasn't he? He's had the puck an awful lot. He's been skating, taking advantage of this Edmonton team that struggles in their own zone. And that's a huge goal coming off. As I mentioned, this Edmonton power play at home is really good. They're not very good on the road, but they're really good at home. And so the Rangers do the job on the penalty kill after taking too many men on the ice penalty. And then Nash gets them that all-important 3rd goal.
And we showed that graphic. I don't know what it is about second periods for Edmonton, but it's awful for them. And now minus 34. St. Louis working against Boyd Gordon. All the way up to Girardi. McDonough, who's okay. A wrister toward the net. Went off St. Louis. And Marincin was able to move it. Cleared out by Tyler Pitlick. McDonough's back. Pitlick shot deflects into the corner. Good hit by St. Louis on Hendricks. Girardi to St. Louis. St. Louis was hit. Shot by Richards off the glove of Scrivens. Didn't know where it was.
I think it hit him in the back. And then he turned and nearly put it into his own net.
Back behind the net. Taken away by Richards. Help from Pouliot. Pouliot checked there by Philip Larson. Pass in front, stopped there by Petrie. Diaz to Zuccarello. Saves Scrivens, and he holds it. 9:21 to go. Second period. Rangers have put 2 on the board in the second. They lead it 3-0. Rick Nash got number 3. Here's the upcoming schedule brought to you by Lexus, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Rangers. Tuesday night on MSG, 10 p.m., Rangers and Vancouver Canucks. Thursday night in Denver at the Colorado Avalanche, 9 p.m. on MSG. Then back home Saturday night, 7 p.m. on MSG against the Ottawa Senators. All the games preceded 1/2 hour by Visa. Rangers game night. Here with a 3-0 lead. Zuccarello. Now Pouliot. Brassard picks it up. Zuccarello, Brassard, and Nash, the Rangers goal scorers. David Perron. Pass across to Sam Gagner. Strowman tries to move it. Stopped by Perron. Strowman takes it back. Schultz across to Mark Fraser. 8:40 to go. Second period. That's an icing on the Edmonton Oilers. New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Lenox Hill Hospital, the official hospital of the New York Rangers. Well, the line changes seem to have fit pretty well for this game.
Well, and Marty St. Louis getting some chances, and that's what they wanted. That line with Brassard back with his old running mates. Pouliot on one side, Zuccarello on the other has been like they hadn't been apart. The way they're moving the puck and creating some chances.
Girardi with a lead for Carcillo. It's by him. And on goal, Scrivens covers up.
Carcillo and Fraser now. Carcillo thought it was a cheap shot. Fraser, who's a big, strong, tough guy, was in Toronto for most of the season. And he stepped up on Carcillo. Carcillo had to look away as the pass goes behind him, and when he looked up and the puck was already by him, there was Fraser with the hit. He thought it was late. Might have been a little bit. But Fraser's job is to play tough. That's not just do that, but that's a part of his repertoire, and that's one reason why Edmonton picked him up.
Hagelin against Fraser. Taylor Hall takes it away. Good play by Marty St. Louis. Hagelin to St. Louis. Quick look around. Off the boards to McDonough. Back around the other way to Hagelin. Now St. Louis. Here's Hagelin to Richards. Richards stops it again. Now it's Marty St. Louis against Beloff. Richards to Hagelin. Nugent Hopkins playing it ahead to Hall. And Everly gets it across to Beloff. The big defenseman with a long shot. Saved by Talbot. He holds it. 7:39 to go, second period.
Boy, for Cam Talbot, it's been an easy night. He really hasn't had to make a difficult save yet. The best chance that Edmonton has had in this game was the missed shot by Everly in that first period when he had a wide open net. But other than that, Cam Talbot, the players in front of him, have really done an excellent job of keeping the place to the outside, blocking shots. Just 10 shots on goal for Edmonton.
They made one real good save on Boyd Gordon earlier in this period.
Yeah.
I want to give him a little credit, Joe.
It's not that I'm not taking credit away from him, but
You're right.
I just think his team that, after what Alain Vigneault said after the game against Calgary, and they went over with the team, and let's get back to playing, good, tight defensive hockey, and because they've proven to themselves they play that way, they can still create plenty of scoring chances. And so they're back doing that in this game.
Boyle, Dorsett, and Moore on. Moore against Ryan Smith.
I think Gazdic still wants a piece of Dorsett.
Boyle. Played back by Larson to the defense. Wrenchin took a hit. Moore takes over. Rafael Diaz with a pass ahead of Boyle. Diaz has fit in nicely. John Moore is getting close to being 100%, ready to return. So it'll be an interesting decision for head coach Alain Vigneault.
He hasn't hurt him. He really hasn't.
No.
Especially with the puck.
Played toward the net, but missed by Gazdic. Then he got knocked down by Diaz. And he battles there with Dorsett as well.
I think there are a couple players, Rangers are going to be shorthanded because of it.
Penalty upcoming. Long shot wide by Schultz. The touch-up made the power play to the Edmonton Oilers with 6:46 to go here in the second.
Diaz was there, and I think he's going to be the one they get. And then there's Gazdic. And again, Dorsett having some words. But I almost thought that it was accidental by Diaz. You'll see him get... See, I thought Dorsett actually knocked the legs out from under Gazdic from the other side. And he was a little off balance when the contact was made with Diaz. Here it is again. Maybe not. Dorsett was there, but looked like on that replay, at least, that most of the contact was from Diaz, so that's the right call.
So here's an opening for the Edmonton Oilers as if they try to come back in the game. Stepan against Ryan Smith. Stepan and Nash on. Shot by Hall, deflected high off the glass.
Ryan Smith will be directly in front of...
Stepan with a takeaway. 2-on-1 with Nash. Nash shoots. He scores! Rick Nash with a shorthanded goal. And the Rangers lead 4-0.
Well, they win the faceoff, and Hall is playing the right point. When he gets the puck, he shoots it well wide of the net, and the Rangers take advantage of that. That's the 12th shorthanded goal. So here it comes again. The smart little move on the boards by Stepan, and then he finds Nash. So the missed shot, the good play by Stepan to get some space, and the pass to Nash, who finishes it off with a wrist shot.
Well, the Rangers come up with a shorthanded goal, which has suddenly become a factor in their game. In recent weeks, with the penalty killing being very strong over the last 15 games, including this one. Giving up only 3 shorthanded, or rather 3 power play goals, and scoring their 4th shorthanded goal here. That shot by Larson, a save made by Talbot. Nash is second of the game, 25th of the season, from Stepan at 13:26. Boyle and Hagelin on for the Rangers. Shot got through, save Talbot. Laid around by Hendricks. Everly gets it back to Larson. Larson's shot knocked down, deflected into the corner. Here's Philip Larson. Jordan Everly, saved by Talbot. Rangers have Girardi and Stahl on defense. Petrie with a drive. That got knocked down, and Boyle clears it all the way down. 30 seconds to go in the Edmonton power play. So Rick Nash has come up with 2 goals in the game. 25 on the season now.
So you get Nash that scores a little bit, and you've got Zuccarello that had scored quite a while. It gets one.
Perron back to Marincin. Winds up, big drive, missed the net.
Anybody else you can think of that needs one, Sam?
Yeah, at number 26. He's on the ice for the Rangers. San Luis guy. Shot by Hall, pad, saved by Talbot. Team's back at full strength. Diaz on the ice. Marty San Luis. Now Moore. Pass was blocked by Petrie. Rangers take it back.
Good play, Marty St. Louis. Boy, he's made some real good defensive plays with the stick, and then this will be an icing.
4:23 to go in the second period. Tomorrow night, Carmelo Anthony and the Knicks take on the Jazz. Live coverage gets underway with Visa. Knicks game night at 8:30, and then it's the Knicks and the Utah Jazz tomorrow on MSG. Tune into that. Diaz with a shot, got through, a save made by Scrivens. Zuccarello winds it around to Brassard. Check there by Marincin. Ooh, could have been a cross-check there. Nothing called on the play. Edmonton moves down. Taylor Hall with the puck. Down low, and the shot by Gagne is saved, made by Talbot. Kevin Klein with the takeaway. Knocked down by Hendricks. Rangers able to get it out of the zone. Gagne plays it high off the glass. Diaz takes over. Outlet to Zuccarello. Eric Brassard. That deflects up and into the netting. 3:34 to go in the second period. Rangers with 3 goals here in the second. 2 by Rick Nash. This one shorthanded. Tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Rangers have been a good road team this season. See that, 23 wins, franchise record's 24. They've done it 3 times prior. And if they can hold on to this lead, they will tie the franchise record and tie the league lead. St. Louis Blues for the most road wins this season.
Now, it says something about the team. You know, they're not regarded as a team that's got, you know, an overabundance of grit and physical play and that type of thing. And most road teams, good road teams, have that. And it tells you something about their ability to just stay with it.
Setup for Nash, just missed on the setup from Stepan. Stepan with 2 assists in the game. His play in recent weeks has been solid. Derek Stepan, 17 points over the last 17 games. 5 goals, 12 assists.
I just think, Sam, when the pressure was on to get on a run and the team needed to start playing well for a playoff run here to get in, is when Derek Stepan started playing his best hockey of the season.
That puck deflects into the Edmonton bench. 2:56 to go here in the second period. Rangers with a 4-0 lead. Rick Nash with a couple of goals.
Yeah, that line's been good. I mean, Dan Carcillo gets put up in that line. He's not known to be a forward that you would consider a top 6 forward, but he can skate. He's got that edge to him, and it was interesting to listen to him with John Giannone. He's going to grind it out here in this line too.
Do what I do.
Yeah, he's done it well in this game. He's helped create some room and some space for his 2 line mates who've been on the scoreboard.
Icing whistles against the Rangers. Carl Hagelin with Richards and Marty St. Louis. That line has not produced anything point-wise on the score sheet, but they have played well together and created several chances. Chipped out by St. Louis. and Martin Marincin around to Jeff Petrie. Tipped ahead by Everly. Girardi and Everly back for it. Everly knocked away by Girardi. Everly again. Hit by Hagelin on Nugent Hopkins. Shot by Everly. Blocked by St. Louis.
I'm telling you, he's made some plays with a stick, and that just being in the position to block it.
Here's his chance and a save off the right pad of Scrivens. Richards with a nifty little pass for Marty St. Louis. Taylor Hall the other way. Kevin Klein is there and takes it away. Good defensive play by Kevin Klein. McDonough. Now Pouliot. Brad Richards sends it in. Minute 45 to go in the second. Anton Beloff for Edmonton. Gagne's pass across missed by Hendricks. Here's Brassard. Back in with Zuccarello. Zuccarello turns. Beloff checked in. Brassard's got it. Comes out and shoots. Blocked by Fraser. Out of the zone it goes. Rangers have done an excellent job taking the crowd out of the game, grabbing the lead, adding to it, and keeping control of the game. Ryan Smith. Bowman stayed with him. Zuccarello takes over.
Edmonton just hasn't had a series of sustained shifts where they've been able to get scoring chances. One every now and then, and not many through 2 periods of this one.
And even given that chance on the power play, the Rangers made the most of it with a shorthanded goal. Up bomb ahead for Smith that was broken up by Stahl.
Klefbom scored, as we talked about, his first NHL goal last game. His father was watching live in Sweden on his birthday.
Dominic Moore tries to the net. Scrivens makes a save. That was a proud moment, no doubt. On Lander. Ryan Smith checked there by Stahl. Shot by Petrie, blocked by Dorsett. Petrie again. Saved by Talbot. 10 seconds to go in the second period. Stahl trying to protect the puck. And Dorsett works it out of the zone. And that'll do it for the second period. A little pushing and shoving. Dorsett involved. And with Jordan Everly, and things settle down. But a big second period for the Rangers. They score 3 goals. Rick Nash gets 2 of them. One a shorthanded goal. And they have scored 4 on Ben Scrivens, more than they had scored in the previous matchups with him.
Sam, I think about halfway through that first period is when the Rangers started taking control of the game. They did get one in the second half of the first period, and then they came out and just continued to dominate play throughout all 3 zones. It was the Rangers throughout this game.
Rangers heading off with a 4-0 lead. Upcoming, it's the New York Lottery Intermission Report. John Giannone rejoins us as special guest. The 2-goal scorer, Rick Nash. Back in the studios in New York, Bill Pito will have the Audi MSG 150, and Ron Duguay in the Visa MSG studios with highlights and analysis of the first 2 periods. Rangers around the net, finding ways to score. Brassard got one in off an Edmonton Oiler. Rick Nash with a couple in the second period. 4-0 Rangers, end of 2. There's my dinner. Welcome back to Edmonton. New York Rangers hockey is brought to you by Chase. Sam Rose and Joe Micheletti, John Giannone with you. Time for our Cadillac Trivia Quiz. That man, Ryan Smith, has 126 career power play goals with the Oilers. Who is he tied with a franchise record?
Yeah, I know you cheated on this. I'm still going to say Mark Messier. You got a different answer than me.
It's got to be someone who's tied to the Rangers.
Right.
Glenn Anderson.
Oh, is Mark Messier not tied to the Rangers?
Very much so. That's too obvious. Glenn Anderson, 5-time Stanley Cup champion winner with the Oilers, 1 time with the New York Rangers. Ryan Smith, he's had himself quite a career.
He has, and he hasn't spent his entire career with the Edmonton Oilers. Remember, he left for a while, ended up with the Islanders in a trade. Then he signed as a free agent, spent some time in Denver, and then LA, right?
Yep.
Before, I believe, LA was the last team he was with before returning to the Edmonton Oilers, where he is a center iceman lately. Something he hasn't done much of in his career, mostly wing, but fourth line center on this team.
Trying to help provide some veteran leadership to a very young team. Underway third period. Stepan Nash and Carcillo with Girardi and McDonough for the Rangers. Cam Talbot made 15 saves through 2 periods. Jordan Eberle, now Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Boy, what a job they've done on that top line. Now, they are a skilled line, but Girardi, McDonough. There's another play. McDonough takes Nugent-Hopkins out of the play so the Rangers can get the puck.
Nash tied up with Eberle. Nugent-Hopkins is there. Girardi tried to move it. Nugent-Hopkins comes out with it. Pass across, broken up by Carcillo, who brings it out. Nash trying to get loose going down the middle. 3-on-2. Pass tipped away. Defensive work by Klefbom. Oscar Klefbom, the rookie defenseman in his 10th NHL game, made that defensive play. Got Petrie for the Oilers. Now David Perron. Good pass through to Petrie. Perron. Checked there by Strowman.
And again, good play by Strowman by going right through Perron and not giving him any chance. That's close to being an offside.
Perron weaves his way in. Saved by Talbot.
That's what he can do when he's got some time and space.
He's a tough offensive player.
Got great hands.
Along the boards, St. Louis got it through Brad Richards. Hagelin to his left. Fired wide of the net off the glass. Hagelin afterwards and shoved to the boards by Petrie. And here is Matt Hendricks. Hook checked away. One back in. Sam Gagner gets tripped up by Rafael Diaz. Power play for the Edmonton Oilers. And before we check out the penalty, we check in with John Giannone behind goaltender Cam Talbot, who gives us the coach's view of things. John.
Yes, and it's associate coach Scott Arniel. When I asked him what he liked so much about the first 40 minutes, he said, we've done a really good job making them play in their own end. That's taken away their transition game. And when I asked him what that tells him about his team, that his defense has been so much better than only 2 nights ago, he said, look, these guys are professionals. They know they didn't put their best foot forward in Calgary. We've been real good as 5, real good through the middle of the ice, making them play mostly on the outside. He said, the guys have been there in layers to back each other up, and that's made it a really good team game so far.
Thanks, John. Oilers' third power play of the game. They're 0 for 2. Rangers have scored a shorthanded goal by Rick Nash. Nash was tripped up by Taylor Hall. Nash and Moore with McDonough and Girardi to start the penalty kill. Moved across to Jordan Eberle. Hard around the boards for Taylor Hall. Now Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Ryan Smith is set up in front. Eberle back to Gagner. Pass across. Nugent-Hopkins blocked by McDonough. Unable to clear. That's Justin Schultz playing the right point. Number 19, Eberle. Back to Schultz. Takes the shot. Save. Talbot with Smith screening in front. Good save by Cam Talbot. Quietly having a nice game. That's blocked in front by Girardi. Here's Eberle, and a save by Talbot, and he's got the puck. Cam Talbot, very calm.
Yeah, he sure is. Confident in his ability. Again, he hasn't played much as of late. There's one shot that real good job by Girardi to block it, and Girardi tries to stay with Eberle, and he forces Eberle to one side, but Talbot just kept following him, stayed with him the entire way. By the time Eberle let go of the wrist shot, Talbot continued to be in good position to make the save.
One back by Gagner. That shot is a save by Talbot. Taylor Hall taking the shot. Boyle and Hagelin on with Stahl and Strowman for the Rangers. Gagner with a shot tipped wide. In deep Perron behind the net, double team. Trying to move it. Good takeaway by Strowman. Sent back to the point. Fired in for Perron. Couldn't handle the pass, and it's blocked by Stahl. Hagelin got a piece of Perron. Strowman checks Taylor Hall. That pass tip comes out of the zone.
Now, that's the way it's been throughout this game. The Rangers defense in particular going right to those top-end players right away to just take their time away and force them to have to get rid of the puck before they want to.
Ball moves in, ran into Derek Stepan. Good play. Stepan standing up at the blue line. Did not give an inch. Interception by Stahl. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Set up to Zuccarello trying to get it back to Stepan. Unselfish play. Here's Stepan to Zuccarello. He scores! Another shorthanded goal! And it's 5-0 Rangers. Matt Zuccarello with his second of the game.
He didn't want to shoot the first time. He wanted to pass it and give Stepan a shorthanded chance to score. But then they get it back again. So the Rangers break it up in the neutral zone. Here's the first 2-on-1. You going to shoot it? No, not going to shoot it. Set it up. The Rangers stay with it. Now look at the Oilers. But they have 4 Oilers there. Stepan gets it. Nobody comes in. Look where they are. They all skate past him. And then Hall's a forward. He's trying to play defense. So Zuccarello's wide open. Beautiful pass from Stepan. And Zuccarello that time, they have a little laugh. They have a little laugh on the bench. Zuccarello's, I'm trying to set you up for a goal.
Edmonton Oilers have given up 13 shorthanded goals this season, the most in the NHL. 2 in this game.
Well, you can see right there the way they played that one. I mean, that was a 2 against 4, and the Rangers did whatever they wanted to do.
And Derek Stepan, with 3 assists on each of the last 3 goals, leads the team with 38 assists.
Career high in points, I think, right?
Yes, sir. Puck taken by Anton Lander. 4:25 gone by here in the third period. And the Rangers now have a 5-0 lead. Marinchen's shot. Talbot gets a piece of that. Zuccarello with his second of the game, 17th of the season, from Stepan and Stahl at 3:49. Petrie blocked by Marty St. Louis. All right. Here's what my plan is, Joe. Now that it's 5-0,
right.
Marty St. Louis has to play the rest of the game. He can't come off the ice until he scores a goal.
Yeah, he wasn't listening to you because he just came off the ice.
He's got to go back on. Coach must send him right back on.
Hey, listen, he's had a really good game.
He has.
Man,
You're right.
Really good game. All the plays he's made. He's had some scoring chances.
Really able to drive wide.
He's obviously a little snake bitten, or a lot, for that matter. But he's done so many good things in this game in particular. The defensive plays he's made, the block shots, the penalty killing. Now he's had scoring chances, as we mentioned, but got to find one to get one in the net.
And you think about it, the team's record since the trade and since he was acquired, 8-4-1 coming into play tonight. If the Rangers hold on to win this game, 9-4-1. That's a pretty good record.
Darn right, it's good.
Penalty called on the Edmonton Oilers. Rangers get their second power play of the game. Delay of the game.
Yes.
And you see what Joe mentioned earlier, career high in points for Derek Stepan, 53 with 3 assists in the game tonight. And there is Sam Gagner in the penalty box for Edmonton.
I'm not sure he'll be an Edmonton Oiler next year.
Really?
I don't think so.
He's a talented player.
He is, but they've got, you know what, they're small. It's a small team. They got talent up front, but they cannot
move some people.
They can't compete, Sam, with LA and with San Jose
and Anaheim.
They cannot compete. They're too small. Somebody's got to go. I think he's going to be one of those players.
Power play for the Rangers. Their third of the game. They're 0 for 2. Richards with a shot. Deflected into the corner. Nash, St. Louis, Stepan, Richards, and McDonough for the power play. And you know they want to get the puck to St. Louis. Everybody's giving it back to him. A shot by Stepan. The rebound went wide by Nash. Here's Richards to St. Louis. And excuse me, they're 1 for 2 on the power play. That goal by Brassard, which deflected in off the Edmonton Oilers defense. Richards to McDonough.
So you didn't need to make your patented call.
St. Louis with Nash in front. That's blocked by Fraser.
You're going to take it back now. How are you going to erase that one?
No. That counts. It counts.
Marty St. Louis comes back to the bench, shaking his head.
There's Richards carrying. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Derek Brassard on the scoreboard. Washington is at Nashville. That game is 2-2 in the third period. Pouliot sends out Zuccarello. Zuccarello with 2 goals in the game. Nash with 2 goals in the game. And Brassard the other one. Brassard with the puck here. Zuccarello to Pouliot and across. Trying to get it to Diaz, who snuck in from the point. Nugent Hopkins breaks loose. Moves in with Ryan Smith.
Well, what a nice job. Zuccarello, that was a 2-on-1 break for Edmonton. Zuccarello came all the way back into the zone to turn into a 2-on-2 and no shot on goal.
Teams are back at full strength. Rangers 1 for 3 on the power play in the game. Pass tipped across and cleared out by Matt Zuccarello. Zuccarello with 2 goals and an assist in the game. 3-point game for him, 3-point game for Stepan. David Perron sends it deep. A little over 8 minutes gone by, third period. Rangers with a 5-0 lead. Boyle tied up his man in the corner. Taylor Hall shoved down by Mark Stahl. Stallman with a hit along the boards. David Perron tried to kick it free. Dorsett will get it out of the zone. Back from the Oilers. Mark Stahl takes it away. Whistle down for a hooking call. The power play coming up to the Edmonton Oilers. 11:29 to go. Matt Zuccarello, big night. He scores a shorthanded goal. His second goal of the game. Earlier in the game, we were talking about the praise for the fourth line, especially for Dominic Moore from the head coach, Alain Vigneault.
Yeah, well, there he is, nominated for the Masterton Trophy. And what a year it's been for him. What a couple years it's been for him to fight through all the tragedy, losing his wife, taking a year off from the game, coming back and trying to regain himself and find his game and get his life back going again. And that's very, very well deserved, the nomination for the Masterton Trophy.
For the player who best exemplifies the qualities of perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to hockey. And he is the nominee. For the New York Rangers, Josh Harding of the Minnesota Wild was the winner last year. That was voted on by the Professional Hockey Writers Association. Oilers on the power play, 0 for 3 with 7 shots in the game. Anton Strawman went for hooking at 8:31. Rangers with Hagelin and Boyle, Girardi and McDonough, the penalty killers. Kept in by Martin Marincin. Moved by Boyd Gordon. That pass was blocked by McDonough. Marincin keeps it in. Gordon behind the net. Now Hendricks using third-line players here on the power play.
Why not?
Dallas Aiken.
You know what? They've given up 2 shorthanded goals. Why not use the players that give you energy and effort every night?
Big drive saved by Talbot. A shot by Anton Lander. Gordon. Oh, we got the stick up in the face of McDonough, and a penalty called on the Edmonton Oilers. Rangers have the puck, delayed penalty on the Oilers. Hagelin's got it. McDonough grabbed his chin as he was hit with a stick. He may have had some blood there. He looks like he's spitting some blood down on the ice. Hagelin. Rangers trying to get up ice. Now Dominic Moore. And Moore brings it into the zone. St. Louis. Back to Moore. Toward the net. Blocked. Oilers touch up. And the whistle stops play. A high sticking call. That will even things up. And in 16 seconds, Rangers will go on the power play.
Boyd Gordon takes the penalty. There's the reach. A good play. And Gordon was just trying to knock the puck out of midair. And the stick goes up into the underneath the shield. Catches. He's right in the mouth. There is blood. Yeah, and they just changed it from 2 minutes to 4 minutes.
The referee came over, saw that Jim Ramsey, the medical trainer, was trying to stop the bleeding, and 4 minutes will go up on the board. Teams skating 4 aside for 16 seconds. And then Strawman will return. The Rangers will go on the power play. They're 1 for 3. Ryan McDonough pointing out.
You're working on the wrong side. It's over here. They don't come any better than Jim Ramsey. No, they don't. What's he done? 4 Olympics for Canada?
He was on the bench for another gold medal with Team Canada. 9:45 to go here in the third period. Now they're waiting for the remaining penalty time for the Rangers needs to go up on the board.
Right.
Want to remind you, Tuesday night, Rangers will be in Vancouver. The homecoming for Alain Vigneault as he goes against his former team, the Vancouver Canucks. Rangers will see their former coach, John Tortorella. Live coverage gets underway at 9:30 p.m. with Visa Rangers game night. Then it's the Rangers and Vancouver Canucks. Tuesday night, hope you'll join us. Diaz. Blocked. Boyd Gordon, double minor, high sticking. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with the puck. Strowman is back, and the Rangers are on the power play. Their 4th of the game. Diaz and Girardi, Zuccarello, Brassard, and Pouliot on for the power play. Pass too far for Brassard. Zuccarello got a piece of it. It's cleared out of the zone. Talbot goes out to get it. Rangers with a 5-0 lead. A goal in the first period, 3 in the second, 1 here in the third. 2 short-handed goals and a power play goal in the game. Diaz. Marincin and Brassard behind the net. Swung around the boards, fired out by Jeff Petrie. Good play by Petrie. A minute gone by in the Rangers power play. 8:40 to go. Third period.
I like this move by Alain Vigneault. Dominic Moore out here on the power play.
Taken deep by McDonough. Took a hit. Stays with the puck. Marty St. Louis is on with Richards, Strawman, and Dominic Moore is in the slot. Richards. Back pass out of the zone. McDonough goes to get it. 2.5 minutes to go in the power play. St. Louis has blocked. Tried again. Dominic Moore has it. McDonough holding. And the Rangers regroup and head up ice. McDonough leads Marty St. Louis. Slowed down by Ryan Smith. Led ahead by Richards to St. Louis. Back to Richards. Down to McDonough to Strowman. And the shot. Save made by Scrivens. Puck taken away by Dominic Moore. Up to Strowman. Here's McDonough. Winds up. Big drive and a save by Scrivens. Richards again. And trying to get it ahead for Moore. The clearing attempt knocked down by Strowman. Good play. Richards to Strowman. Down to McDonough. To Richards. Fires across. Trying to get it through to St. Louis. It's intercepted.
There were only 6 sticks in the passing lane.
Minute 20 to go on the power play.
They're trying so hard to get him a goal to take some of the tenseness out of his game.
Brian Boyle getting some power play time, and the puck taken away by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Moves in. Shoots. Save. Talbot holds it. 1:08 to go in the Rangers power play. Blue Shirts faithful, visit NewYorkRangers.com for your chance to vote for the Rangers player you feel goes above and beyond the call of duty. It's part of our Stephen McDonald Extra Effort Award presented by Lenox Hill Hospital, North Shore LIJ Health System. A very, very important Rangers team award. Face-off win, a shot by Lander just wide. 1 minute to go in the Rangers power play. Diaz with a puck. Nash on. He has 2 goals in the game. Stepan, Boyle, and Mark Stahl. Scrivens stops the puck. Up the boards, and it's cleared out all the way down. Stepan comes back. And the Rangers head up ice with 35 seconds to go in the power play. The lead for Nash. Drives to the net. Nash is robbed by Scrivens. Oh, what a save
Nash with the speed again. There's Stepan. What a night of passing he has put on. Derek Stepan on the tape with Nash, who's got speed, goes to the backhand, and Scrivens just fires out that catching glove. What a save.
Rick Nash has not had a hat trick as a New York Ranger. He's had 5 in his career, all with the Columbus Blue Jackets. And that was close.
Dan Carcillo was telling when you get in that close, you got to put it up a little higher.
Wait, didn't I say that? I said that first.
You said it first. I'll give you credit for that. But he's a player, you know?
Okay. Nash unofficially has had 6 scoring chances in the game. Dumped in by Dominic Moore, and he chases. Final seconds of the power play. Puck popped in the air, bounces down. Moore up to Girardi. Here is Kevin Klein with a drive to save by Scrivens. Team's back at full strength.
This should be an icing.
It is. With 5:38 to go in the game. Rangers with a 5-0 lead. And basically, you can say they've taken care of business.
Well, they have. You know, and Rick Nash telling John Giannone in that second intermission about the video session they had this morning at Lane Vigneault, went over defensive responsibilities, how they have to play. They showed video from the Calgary game where they made mistakes. And they came out, they all listened, they came out and they played exactly that way. So strong defensively. They've had the puck most of the game. They didn't give those real good offensive players much time.
With this win, the Rangers will go back into sole possession of second place in the Metropolitan Division, 2 points ahead of Philadelphia, but the Flyers will have 2 games in hand. This win will give the Rangers 88 points on the season, with 6 games remaining. Taylor Hall. Neverley gave it up. Broussard's got the puck. Just under 5 minutes to go. Rangers after this game will have 3 games remaining on the road, 3 at home. The 2 games on this road trip in Vancouver and Colorado, and home for 3 against Ottawa, Carolina, and Buffalo, and then on the road and behind the play, David Perron and Daniel Carcillo get into it. Wrestling match.
They've had a little something going on for most of the game. And so they both ended up in the corner. They came together. Carcillo took exception to a hit. And by the time they got to the top of the circles, they got intertwined and they both went down.
Players will be heading off. We will head out for a moment. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. 5-0 Rangers lead. Our game recap is brought to you by Tri-Honda dealers. Matt Zuccarello, 2 goals and an assist. Rick Nash, 2 goals, his 5th 2-goal game of the season. Derek Stepan, 3 assists, giving him a career high 53 points. I told you, it's good to be a Badger right now, Joe.
I guess you are right. You don't have to keep bringing that up, though.
They beat Arizona.
I know,
to get
overtime,
to the Final
right?
Four. Yeah. UConn, congratulations, UConn Huskies at the Garden.
What were they, a 7 seed? Beat Michigan State by what, 6 to get in?
And good win for them.
Kentucky with a big win. They beat Michigan. We're all over this NCAA basketball. So far, I'm perfect in my pool.
Yeah? You call Warren Buffett?
Couple more. I got a billion coming my way. Not sure I can work the playoffs with you, Sam.
That shot was tipped away. Teams are skating 4-a-side here. Carcillo and Perron got 2 minutes each. I thought 2 minutes each for wrestling, but I think it was roughing was the call.
Okay.
The official call. 3:40 to go in the game. Marty St. Louis. Here's Richards. That shot went wide and comes out of the zone. Stallman and Stahl, St. Louis and Richards on the ice. Nice pass from St. Louis to Richards. Goes right back to him. St. Louis against Mark Fraser.
Richards doesn't know that there's two other teammates on the ice.
He's only trying to help his buddy out.
That there's one other player out there.
Trying to help him. Philip Larson stopped by Stahl. Here's Justin Schultz. And Stahl got a piece of that pass because wide open was Larson. His shot stopped by Talbot. He covers the puck. 2:53 to go in the game. Rangers with a 5-0 lead on the Oilers. Turning point of the game is brought to you by Weiser's Whiskey. Welcome to the Weiserhood.
Well, the Rangers led 1-0 at this point. They were on the power play. The puck will come to Brassard. He's going to attempt to pass, and Marincin, the defenseman, he goes, oh, off the stick, fools Ben Scrivens. Instead of going over to Zuccarello, it goes in the net. It was almost a power play goal.
It was. It was.
It was?
They counted it, yeah.
They did?
They did. It was a power play goal. Right there.
They did?
No. Power play goal, and that gave him a career high 18 goals on the season.
Well, good call then.
Didn't seem like a power play goal, but it was. And two shorthanded goals for the Rangers in this game. Special teams a big factor. And now with 2:45 to go, Rangers want to keep the Oilers off the scoreboard. Taylor Hall. Boyle and Moore on with Strawman and Stahl for the Rangers. Hall hit by Strawman. Boyle moves the puck. Strawman lifts it out. Carcillo back on the ice, as is David Perron. Perron moves in against Stahl. That went off the shoulder of Talbot. And a penalty is called on the play.
David Perron
right back in the penalty box.
Boy, he sprinted to the box. Gave himself a whack with a stick on the way there. That's been a frustrating night for him. That's a slashing call. So David Perron leads this Edmonton Oilers team in goals with 26. They've had the goose egg in this one. It's been a frustrating night. Or you keep having to go up against Girardi and Stahl and McDonough, and just, you know, the way they defend. It's not hard to get frustrated if you're a goal scorer.
Stahl a little upset. He felt that slash by Perron. Rangers power play, their 6th of the game, 1 for 5. Klein to Diaz, saved by Scrivens. And on the ice, Derek Dorsett with Derek Brassard and Rick Nash. Nash with 2 goals in the game. Brassard fires through. Diaz went off of Scrivens. Brassard to Nash. Pass back was tipped. Dorsett got knocked down by Fraser. Got an extra piece of him.
An elbow right to the head.
Klein to Brassard. Klein didn't get much on the pass. And Hendricks takes it away and clears it down the ice. Time winding down. Minute 25 to go in the game. Rangers with a 5-0 lead. Dumps it in. Carcillo gets some power play time. Zuccarello's on the ice looking for a hat trick, and it went high.
Good pass from Carcillo from behind the net. It was Fraser and Dorsett going at it, and then Dorsett left. Fraser was trying to get off the ice, and Carcillo came around the ice, went right over to Fraser.
Under a minute to go. Rangers with a 5-0 lead. Pouliot. Zuccarello. Shot by Strawman, a save by Scrivens. Stahl. Oilers take it away and clear all the way down. 40 seconds to go. Cam Talbot has made 25 saves in the game. Strawman to Stahl. Pass Scrivens. Dorsett takes it away. Dominic Moore comes out of the corner. Try to stuff it in. Scrivens denied him. 10 seconds to go in the game.
Frazier and Dorsett still on the ice against one another.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, stick saved by Talbot, and it is a shutout for Cam Talbot, his third of the season, third of his career. He makes 26 saves. The Rangers shut out the Edmonton Oilers 5-0 for their 6th win in the last 7 games, giving them 88 points in the standings.
Well, they came out of this game and started this game the way they had to. They went after Edmonton. They continued to put the pressure on through that first period. They gave up almost nothing. Edmonton had just 7 attempted shots in the first period, of which 3 were on goal that Cam Talbot had to make the saves. Cam Talbot, when he had to make the saves, he did more so in the second and third period than certainly the first, but he played strong. He played well with the team in front of him. It was a defensive gem.
Solid game for the New York Rangers, up and down the lineup. That's a feel-good game for the Rangers. 2 shorthanded goals, a power play goal, and a shutout for Cam Talbot. A 5-0 win. We'll be right back.